Starcasting to you from the City of Angels. Hi, everyone. My name is Kiris. Thank you so much for being here and listening to your eternal, indestructible superpower of the cosmos. If you want the power and freedom to make your own choices, the freedom to live your life the way you want to live it, then you've come to the right place, baby. It's called astrology. It's right in front of your eyes, and all you got to do is look up. Now, this is for our week starting Sunday, April 24th through Saturday, April 30th, 2022. And the week is starting off with a sandstorm, a dust storm of planetary elements. And let's take a look here. Now, the moon is in Aquarius on Sunday, April 24th. The moon is in Aquarius, and we've just had what's called the fourth quarter moon. We're moving from fourth quarter to the new moon. Now, when we are in this cycle of the moon's phases, then fourth quarter to new moon is the cycle where we're loosening things up. We're letting go of things in preparation for the new moon that's coming up. Now, the moon in Aquarius is cold, and the moon in Aquarius is making aspects to planets in Taurus, which is earth, which is dry and cold. So when we look at the elements of air and earth, those two elements, they're not in harmony. They don't blend easily. And so on Sunday, April 24th, we've got Mercury in Taurus making a square to Saturn at home in Aquarius. There's that coldness again. And then we've got the moon in Aquarius making a square to Uranus, the planet of the sudden, the abrupt, the erratic in Taurus. We've got the moon in Aquarius making a conjunction to Saturn at home in Aquarius that says, stop, you're not going any further. That's a boundary. And then we also have the moon in Aquarius making a square to Mercury in Taurus. So this is the dust storm that I'm talking about, because when we look at these hard aspects stir the pot. Sunday, as we start off the week, again, I'm likening it to a sandstorm, a dust storm. What happens in a dust storm? Visibility isn't clear. That's Mercury in Taurus. And then things like viruses and germs and all kinds of things can fly through the air, fly through the dust. So this Sunday starts off with frustrating energy, to say the least, that wants to stir the pot. But the power here for you is about taking a look at what in your life, as we move from fourth quarter to new moon, what has been making you psychologically, emotionally, spiritually sick. This is what you're letting go of. You're letting go of the dust and the germs and the not good visibility. We're looking again at two elements that do not blend. They don't see each other. They don't harmonize. Air and earth, cold. It kicks up a lot of elements that are like poison. So we've just had the fourth quarter moon at 3 degrees Aquarius. And so as we start off the week, if you feel yourself feeling upset, not centered, not empowered, the way to empower yourself is to not act it out. When we feel disempowered, there is a great inclination to reach out for something or someone, where with these elements, air and earth, it's more about centering yourself and starting the fourth quarter moon phase of reflection and loosening up and letting go of things that perhaps have been disempowering you. perhaps making you not feel so good. Now, Taurus, because we're looking at the blending of Taurus with Aquarius, two fixed signs of the zodiac that do not want to budge. Fixed can be stubborn. It gets set on a course, and it can be very difficult for fixed signs of the zodiac to change course, to go in a different direction. With Aquarius, because it's fixed air, a mindset and an attitude that could go in a new direction to empower you. When it's Taurus, which is fixed earth, that says, I have, this is mine. This is my possession. This is my space. It's mine. I will not budge. Then the stirring of this sandstorm, dust storm, as we start off the week, is for these two elements, these two signs of the zodiac, to look and at least consider different ways of releasing and letting go of things and different ways of doing things. This will help you out with this planetary elements, these elements that we're looking at as we start off the week. And also as we're beginning to move to the dark side, the balsamic moon phase, which is inner, it's reflective, it's about loosening things up in preparation. We've got to let go of things so that we can take the new moon action at the time of the new moon in Taurus that's coming up, which I will get to. But stirring the pot, so to speak, is not the way to go. If you can avoid it, if it comes to you, walk away. You always have that freedom to walk away and not engage. So this is for Sunday, April 24th. We've got some really tough aspects with elements, air and earth, that are not in harmony. Someone tries to stir the pot with you, say, see you later. I'm busy. This is going to make me lose power, not give me power. Now, when we go into Monday, April 25th, the moon enters the sign of mutable water, Pisces. Now we're looking at cold and wet. And again, when we go from fourth quarter to new moon, no matter what time of the year we're in, this is the moon phase that is called phlegmatic. It has to do with cool, wet, wintertime, things growing cold. And that moon conjunct Saturn in Aquarius, that is certainly emotions, matters of the heart that are growing cold or have become cooled off, to say the least. Now on Monday, April 25th, we have the moon moving into cold water, Pisces, ruled by Jupiter. And then the moon in Pisces will make a sextile aspect to fixed earth Taurus. The moon in Pisces will make a conjunction, come together in power with Mars in Pisces. Now things are getting wet, cold, wet water. So the dust is now turning to mud. On Tuesday, April 26th, we have the moon in Pisces making a sextile to Uranus in Taurus. The moon in Pisces will make a conjunction to Venus exalted in Pisces. Mercury in Taurus will make a sextile to Jupiter at home in Pisces. And the moon in Pisces will make a conjunction to Neptune in Pisces, the ocean of emotion and water. So now things get muddy. And muddy can be not only being stuck in the mud, but when we're stuck in the mud, when there's mud, it's mucky. It's all over the place. It's now turned from dust to mud. If you've ever tried walking in or through the mud, and mud can sink, depends on how deep the hole is. We can get stuck in the mud and then sink in the mud. So all of this water now, when we look at the Pisces element and making aspects to Jupiter, which is over the top in Pisces. Venus exalted in Pisces. Taurus, which is the earth, Gaia, Mother Earth, the mud. Then, yes, these are some nice aspects we're having, but it's wet, it's muddy. Don't get stuck. Use this time because we're even now more closer to the dark side of the moon, right before the new moon. When we go into Wednesday, April 27th, we have the moon in Pisces making a conjunction to Jupiter in Pisces. This is an aspect of you really wanting and desiring something. This is your emotions, your heart speaking to you about your Jupiterian dream, imagination, your vision for the future, your Jupiter at home in Pisces, which wants to go beyond where you have been stuck in the mud, where things are constantly being stirred up, the frustrating aspects at the beginning of the week. Who in your life, ask yourself, is there any person or situation in your life where that person or that situation, that relationship seems to always want to stir up the emotions, to upset you, to stir the pot? Because now as we start getting into the beginning of the week with the Piscean energy, which is the last sign of the zodiac, it's about letting go so that the new life can come in with the sign of Aries. It's about what is your vision? What is your dream? How do you imagine your future to be? Don't get stuck in the mud. That's what the beginning of the week and the planetary power is showing us. After we have the moon making a conjunction to Jupiter at home in Pisces, that's big, over the top, reaching for the stars, what your dream, what your imagination is. Then we have the moon in Pisces making a beautiful sextile to Mercury in Taurus. This is about thinking about Mercury, thinking, communicating, meaning communicating to yourself, the thoughts in your own head, the things that you say to yourself, communicating about how to ground and make real, make a reality, Taurus, Earth, Gaia, what your dream is. And then the moon in Pisces makes a sextile to Pluto at the ending degrees of Capricorn. Pluto is the underworld, it's death, it's transformation, it's life, death, and rebirth, the phoenix rising from the ashes. So with the moon in Pisces, which is all of this emotion, which is energy, backing up how you want to move forward, how you want transformation in your life. Transformation is not changing from one city to another city or one job to another job. Transformation is a whole new you. What does that mean? A whole new awareness, a whole new perception of the way you look at things, a whole new perception about your power. Pluto, if nothing else, is about pure plutonium power, a new awareness of just how powerful you are to create the life that you desire. Moon in Pisces, what's the dream? What's the vision? And then later on that April 27th, we have the moon entering the first sign of the zodiac, Aries, cardinal fire. It's all fresh and new. It's brand new. It's the new child. It's courage. It's bravery. It's confidence. It's yes, go for it. It's taking that action. Fire is about life and illumination. It's the awareness. It's seeing clearly where you want to go and how to get there. Also, Aries is trailblazing. They do things that haven't been done before. So trailblazing in your life. See, now you're getting the inspiration as we approach closer to the new moon about what is trailblazing, what's brand new for you in your life. It's not about everybody else. Aries says, I'm here. This is me. Take it or leave it. This is me. You like or you don't like. And I don't mean that with any kind of attitude or facetiousness. It's just the truth. When a baby is born, here I am. Welcome to the world. This is me. Take it or leave it. That's where you're moving to with this moon now moving into Aries. And then also on the 27th of April, we've got Venus exalted in Pisces. This is spiritual, high energy love, making a conjunction to Neptune in Pisces. This is about the blending of elements as far as what it is that you love, what makes you happy. This is Venus exalted in Pisces. This is the goddess Venus. What do you enjoy? What do you love? What's fun for you? What do you want to create as a happy life for yourself? Venus exalted in Pisces, making that conjunction to Neptune, the dream, the imagination of your life. Create that, and you certainly have that power. The point of knowing astrology and knowing your personal astrology chart, which is based on your birth date, time, and place, is to know where the power is and how to connect with that power. So again, you can make your choices freely, how you want to live, the life that is yours to live. Now on April 28th, we have the moon in Aries, cardinal fire Aries, which is to initiate, to get something started. And the initiation with the moon in Aries, which is making a conjunction to Chiron in Aries. Chiron in Aries is the sense of your look, your image, your appearance, your sense of I am. This is who I am. And it's very unique. It's one of a kind. As we go into Friday, April 29th, now major planetary shifts, changes in power on this day. Now on Friday, April 29th, we have Pluto stationing retrograde. Pluto is Hades, it's death, it's going to the underworld. This is the releasing, letting things die that have been dead for a while. There's no animation, there's no life, there's nowhere to go with this. It's about death. And then with Pluto stationing retrograde in Capricorn, which is the way, letting things die in the sense of the way you have been socialized and conditioned to define what success means. I love Capricorn. Capricorn typically starts off with very humble beginnings, and then they climb to the top of their mountain. Capricorn is also the way the world works, how to maneuver in the world, status, respect, achievement. But now we have Pluto stationing retrograde in Capricorn. That slowing down of Pluto, going in a different direction from our perspective, is about you connecting to the power of going in a different direction as far as how you define success for yourself. Success means different things to everybody. If you want a high-powered career, then that's your version of success. a happy home and family and love and people, that's someone else's definition of success. Success means different things to different people. And the beauty of it is not everybody wants the same version of success. It's different for everyone. And so this Pluto, which is death and Hades, the underworld going under, stationing retrograde, it's at the ending degrees of Capricorn. When we get to the ending degrees of a sign, there's a sense of urgency. There's a sign of you've got to get it right, because we're now wrapping up in this sign of the zodiac that we've been in for a long, long time. And so as we're at the ending degrees of Pluto and Capricorn, and on April 29th, Pluto is stationing retrograde in Capricorn. This is about redefining for yourself, transforming, not change, transforming, which is one of the themes of this week, how you define success for yourself. Let's say, for example, just to put out an example, you were always very career driven, and that's how you defined success, or how you were brainwashed into believing that's what success is. And now you're finding with the Pluto retrograde that that's not how you define success anymore. You may define success as I just want to be happy, want a home and family, whatever it means for you. Again, it's unique to each individual. This is part of the moon in Aries making that conjunction to Chiron in Aries. The moon is what we want, what we need to feel happy, to be content. This fills me up. Also, the moon is always tied into our infancy needs, and perhaps unmet infancy needs. What did you really want as a child, as a little kid? And perhaps you were shamed out of it. Perhaps it was shut down in you. Now this moon in Aries, as we're approaching the Pluto retrograde in Capricorn, is making a conjunction to Chiron, the wounded healer, where we've been wounded, where our greatest healing can come from. And it's in Aries. It's the sign of what you see is what you get. There's nothing pretentious about Aries. There it is, the newborn baby. So much wanting to be loved, just like the little baby. And so this is the moon in Aries, conjunct Chiron in Aries, tied into getting your infancy needs met if they haven't been, or just going deeper, Pluto and Capricorn, with what are your moon infancy child needs. In other words, what makes you happy? What do you truly want? And going for it and reflecting on this. And then also on April 29th, Mercury, the messenger god, which is the only god that was allowed to go down to the underworld, to Pluto, to Hades, and come back up again. Mercury enters its domicile in the sign of Gemini, mutable air Gemini. Mercury is clarity. When you're not in conflict, when you're not at war with yourself, when your mind is clear, when your mind is in harmony with how you feel, what you want, that's a beautiful thing. And what power on this day to have Pluto station retrograde, redefining what success means for you, and then the clarity, the light, the fresh air, the cobwebs in your mind being swept away with Mercury going home to Gemini. What a beautiful thing that this is, that those two cosmic forces are working together on April 29th. And then as we close out the week for April 30th, of course, this is the solar eclipse at 10 degrees Taurus. An eclipse is a loss of light. On April 30th, we have the moon in Taurus conjunct the sun in Taurus, of course, new moon. We've got Venus in Pisces, making a conjunction to Jupiter in Pisces. We've got the moon exalted in Taurus, making a sextile to Mars in Pisces. And so with this planetary lineup, with the solar eclipse, and now it is dark. We're in the void. We're in the darkness. We're in that mystery and limitless possibilities of the eclipse in Taurus. And Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus is exalted in Pisces. So when you are in this eclipse energy, just getting ready for your young new moon action, it is so clear what the power and what the cosmos is showing us, which is getting very real, Taurus, about what it is that you love. Taurus ruled by Venus, exalted in Pisces. So the darkness of the eclipse is a comfort in the sense of the peace, the starry wonder of the nighttime, and how the stars blanket you like a protective mother that loves you unconditionally. So when we go into this cycle, as we're approaching solar eclipse in Taurus, think about the comfort and the unconditional love that you seek, that you have, that you give, that you would like to receive. And it's basically about making real what you truly love and imagine. A loss of light, which is at the time of the eclipse, which in ancient times and today is feared. We fear the darkness, but the darkness or the void is where the magic and mystery, it's where your gold is, that unlimited, mysterious power that is yours and yours alone. It's exclusive to you. And everybody has that, whether they realize it or not. So happy new moon at 10 degrees Taurus, the power of 10. I wish you all a beautiful week. Thank you so much for being here and listening to the Voice of Astrology podcast. And of course, I will see you all in the stars. Thank you, everyone. Have a great week.